Hello everybody, it's jrobi. We have a rest day again at Chess Canada's 2014, and I wanted to do a video expanding on what I talked about in the round 6 video. I didn't cover the Topolov-Kramnik game because I was let down that these gentlemen did not shake hands before or after the game. Now this decision was on both their parts, and it was disrespectful to the game and unprofessional in my opinion. For my full comments on the incident, you can check out the round 6 video. However, some people are wondering just what caused this disrespect in the first place. What is the bad blood between these players? Well, I was curious as well, and I checked into it. The game you are seeing on the screen is the last game of the Unification World Chess Championship in 2006 that took place between Mr. Kramnik and Mr. Topolov. Apparently back in 2006, the year before I started my personal chess journey on YouTube, Kramnik and Topolov were competing against each other in a World Chess Championship match. The location was Elista, Russia, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and this was no ordinary World Chess Championship match. Because at the time there were two world chess champions. The classical champion, which was the designation given to the person who defeated the previous champion, which Kramnik won after defeating Kasparov in the classical world chess championship of 2000. And then there was the official FIDE world champion, which was held by Topolov after the FIDE world chess championship in 2005. Garry Kasparov left FIDE in 1993, and it kind of split things up there. From the time Kasparov left all the way to 2006, there was no match between the classical champion and the FIDE champion. Kramnik, however, agreed to play the winner of the FIDE World Chess Championship in 2005 to unify the title. Topolov won this competition, and the stage was set for a showdown to unify the World Chess Championship. After a series of negotiations, a match was finally set for 2006, and when the match finally started, Kramnik got off to a great start. He won the first two games and drew the next two. In between games 4 and 5, however, Toiletgate was born. Topolov's manager, Silvio Danilov, hopefully I pronounced that right, complained that Kramnik was using the bathroom way too many times during the games and that this was suspicious. He was basically hinting towards Kramnik using some kind of computer assistance while he was using the toilet because the bathrooms were the only places that didn't have any audio or video surveillance. To pacify the situation, the appeals committee at the time decided to immediately open a common bathroom for both players. Prior to this, they had private bathrooms. Kramnik's camp was furious that this transpired and issued a public statement saying that Mr. Kramnik could use the bathroom as much as he wanted and that he liked to walk a lot when thinking and he liked to drink a lot of water. They were very upset, understandably, that any kind of allegation towards something illegal happening without any proof whatsoever, they were pretty mad. And you have to understand at this top level in the chess world, an allegation of cheating, especially with no proof, isn't only an attack on the integrity of the game, but the very integrity and honor of the player in question. So Kramnik's anger was totally justifiable. Kramnik elected to appeal the decision to create a common bathroom based on the pre-match conditions and to defend his honor. Unfortunately, his team did not file the appeal in time, and when Kramnik didn't show up for game 5, he forfeited the game to Topolov. This was a big fiasco for everyone involved, and a lot of discussions had to take place. And in the end, though, both players returned to the match with the score now Kramnik 3 and Topolov 2. Topolov was given credit for a win for the game that Kramnik didn't show up to. And Kramnik wasn't too happy about that. He even went as far as saying he wouldn't recognize Topolov as a champion if that point was a deciding factor in the outcome. It didn't matter though, because in the end Kramnik won, but Topolov's team wasn't done with Toiletgate. Topolov's manager came out with what he called coincidence statistics that drew parallels between Kramnik's moves and moves recommended by Fritz 9. At the time, Fritz was the big deal of computer engines. With outside analysis, however, this allegation didn't hold water. A lot of notable chess players around the world, including men and women, and Mrs. Susan Polgar, came out in support of Kramnik. And Mrs. Polgar was quoted as saying that the allegations being made were unprofessional and unacceptable. Topolov has since reinforced his belief that cheating did take place, but here's an interesting note. When analysis was done of engines and moves, Topolov scored a higher percentage of similarity with chess engines at the time with his own moves, namely in particular those that took place in San Luis. Does this mean he was a cheater? No, absolutely not. However, it ironically put yet another nail in the coffin of the argument his own camp was trying to put forward against Kramnik. Now, this whole mess has never been resolved, and it's plagued these players for many years. And it came to another head when they sat down in round 6 against each other to play in the Chess Canada's 2014 competition. Both men didn't shake hands, didn't look at each other, and basically let the past continue to impact the present. But there's a problem. This isn't just about them, it's about the game of chess. A game with many traditions and rules of etiquette and respect handed down after generation after generation after generation. Both players violated these basic tenets in front of everyone in the chess world, and that is very unprofessional. There are many examples of heated sports rivalries and allegations in professional sports, and many examples of even the most hated rivalries coming to a level of basic respect and integrity. Do you remember when Mike Tyson bit the ear off of Evander Holyfield? As horrible as that was, Holyfield forgave him in the end and gave him a hug. Sure, it took a lot of time, but if a man can forgive another man for biting off his ear in a sports match 15 years later, Kramnik should be able to step up 8 years later and offer his hand up for a shake. If not for forgiveness, then at least for the integrity of the game and basic human respect and dignity. If Topalov refuses that shake then, well, hey, it's all on him, right? Take care, thanks for watching the video, and we will see you next time.